First story. I finally ended it. She was cheating. Sorry if this is a bit long. Never posted here, but after years of lurking and taking advice from you guys, I, 30M, finally ended things after 6 years with my girlfriend, 37F. It was not the ending I was expecting, but I ended things after finding out she was cheating on me. We had a dead bedroom for the last 3 years of the relationship, with serious complications with her mental and physical health. She started declining badly after COVID, and with a lot of various medical conditions, deep depression. It took a toll on the bedroom. I put in every bit of effort I could to support her, yet never received a fraction of the amount of effort back. It was always the same cliché excuses we all know so well. Too tired, not feeling well, the list goes on. I kept at the relationship because even though we were no longer sexually compatible like we were in the beginning, I still loved her and wanted to make it work and get her through what she was going through. However, I had a gut feeling that overall, even with proper communication from my end, she wasn't exactly being truthful for her reasoning with lack of intimacy. Words of advice for those struggling: always listen to your gut. So this dude comes out of nowhere months ago that she brings up. I knew this dude was going to be trouble the second they started talking. Essentially, he's an old friend that is going through shit and he needed a lift to get to hotel to leave the state. After taking him to a hotel, she continued texting him, and I'd see him texting her every day for weeks. I kept this in the back of my mind. Without this sub, I honestly don't know how I would have ever found out. I was browsing last week and someone on here mentioned, if you want to know what your girl is doing when she's out, check her bag's purse when she gets back. She had been leaving to stay at her parents' to help them with their medical issues, their house. So I took this advice and checked her backpack when she got home. Lingerie. Why is lingerie in her backpack to stay at her parents'? At first I thought maybe it's because she wants some alone time or whatever. But I couldn't hold it and she could tell something was wrong, and so I called her out on the texting. She explained everything and that I didn't need to worry about it. I explained to her my insecurities because of a previous relationship where this behavior led to cheating. She convinced me everything is peachy. I noticed the next day lingerie is unpacked, which means it wasn't something left over from one of our trips or something. She would pack it on trips and dates but never wear anything for me, and then turn me down with excuses. Fast forward to the other day, she's going again to parents. I decided to look. Lingerie's back. I couldn't sleep, so I just went and called it out at 2 in the morning, asking why it's in her bag. Her response: "I don't know what you're talking about." Completely denied it being there. Right then and there I knew it was over. I grilled her with the same question 30 times until she broke. She had it in there to wear for him. She was going to go hang out with this dude, and planned on fucking him while I thought she was taking care of her sick parents. She claimed it wasn't physical yet. Not sure if I believe this, but IDC, I ended it right there. Whoever you are that spoke of checking bags, I can't remember what post it was on. I owe you my life. Moving forward with myself a day at a time. It's the hardest things I've ever dealt with relationship-wise, but I gave her a few weeks to be out of my house, and then it will be no contact. It's the only way for me to get over this. I always listen to everyone's advice not to marry into a dead bedroom. It's why I never took the relationship to the next level until things were fixed. But some things just can't be fixed. After being awake for 38 hours, I will now try to sleep. She's very physically ill, has no one to help her, and has tons of crap. Believe me, it would be even more of a mess that would somehow fall back onto me in some way. If I don't give this some time, lol, I am giving her grace on getting her shit out. I know a lot of you are saying to start throwing shit, but I'm not trying to make this any worse than it is. She's got 12 days to get it all out, and then I'll do that. I am giving her time because of her parents. They all need to figure that out together. I will be out of state most of this time for work anyways. And yes, all my belongings that are worth something have a security camera watching them. We never shared bank accounts. I own the house. Everything is in my name. She doesn't even have a credit card. Begged her for years to build her credit but never took initiative. I'll be okay. I saw on here to check my girlfriend's bags after being sus. Found lingerie that she denied packing, leading to a confession that she was cheating on me after years of a dead bedroom and BS excuses. Second story. My 32M fiancé, 29F, cheated on me. Should I close that door forever? I recently broke up a 6 years, super healthy, beautiful relationship. Maybe the best I ever had. We were like the couple that other couples envy. So 4 months ago my fiancé, 29F, cheated on me at a party with a dude she met a week before. The next day she asked me for some time and a week later, on her birthday she cheated on me again with the same dude. I was heartbroken. She was unrecognizable. It was like another person wearing her face. She wasn't herself, literally. Obviously we broke up. She didn't fight for me. She let me go. Before this she was dealing with a bunch of personal battles and some mental health issues. I was by her side trying to help her in any way I could. Most of our relationship was like that. She dealing with a bunch of problems, and me standing by her side. Doing it with all the love in the world. Time passed and she was hit by reality. Who she lost, what she lost, etc. We were super close to achieving a long objective of ours. Now she has nothing and no one. We kept chatting once in a while and she started sounding like herself again. She confessed that before the cheating she was hurting a lot and started doing coke. Stopped eating. Started drinking more and kinda spiraled down into the darkness. I wasn't there because I was traveling for work for 2 weeks and a half. She never did something like that before. She didn't have alcohol drug problems, but a lot of insecurities. We never had trust issues, and we were always super loving and close friends. The cheating was not the only thing. I was really disappointed on the way she managed the whole situation. She didn't have the balls to tell me the truth. A friend of ours kinda suspected and told me, and she kinda erased herself. She was like a stranger. What she did told me as soon as the truth came out is that she loved me. It had nothing to do with me or she not liking me or not finding me attractive. It had to do with herself and being broken, which I do believe. It was more like a self-sabotage, self-destruction. So now, 4 months later we kinda talk once in a while. She's super regretful. She constantly asks for forgiveness and says sorry. She doesn't expect me to take her back or anything. She knows she fucked up a really beautiful thing. She regrets hurting me more than anything, and I believe her. She's not a deceiver or a manipulative person. I know I'm not ready to forgive her and I'm not sure if I want a future with someone so immature and with the capacity to hurt me so bad. But at the same time I can't stop thinking she's the love of my life. Did you guys ever forgive something like this and were able to come back stronger? I know I need a bunch of time, and this is a process, but just want to know if it's possible to come back and be better. I'm talking like a couple of years in the future. The other dude could have been any other dude, like wrong place at the wrong time. And I know this because we had what I believe was a really honest conversation after all happened in a way that there was nothing left to lose. The least I deserved is the truth. She didn't replace me with the other dude, so he didn't have to dump her or whatever. I blocked her from all comms but kept email because we still need to figure out some money situation, and she sent me a more personal one. Couldn't help but respond. I'm sure she's not a bad person, just a deeply broken one. Kids were never a plan, and I've felt she was more honest than ever. That dude is nothing. It was not because of him, or because of me, it was because of her. That's why I didn't take it personally, because it wasn't. Broken people break people, healthy people heal people. She did the selfish thing of breaking the one who helped her heal. This is what I'm confused about, cause I do believe all was real. I believe you can love someone and still hurt them. I cheated on my previous relationship, and learned from that experience that I never want to do that again, and so I grew, and changed in a better way. I'm not a bad person or have a cheater label just because of that. I know where you are coming from, but I'm not sure if everything is so black and white. Not sure if I'm being delusional, kinda innocent, or being realistic. To be honest, I'm not sure about her current actions because I don't want to know anything about her ATM. I know she went back to therapy and most of her texts are about she being deeply sorry for anything and being aware of how fucked up she is. What I do know is it's not the right time to even talk or think about a future together. I'm gonna focus on my shit and work on myself. Do all those things we were gonna do together but on my own, and time will tell. I'm still processing everything, but I'm sure I'm not ready to give her another chance or anything. She needs time to get her shit together. And if I ever feel like giving her a chance, I won't expect to have the same relationship than we did, but a new one. No man ever steps in the same river twice. I'm pretty damn sure it was the first time she ever cheated on me. But yeah, that's what I fear. She already disrespected me once. I'm not sure I'm willing to take a bet again. I was thinking that the best thing I can sow for her is loving her from afar and teaching her by not being there, not in a resentful way. I know it was easier for me to give love to her than give it to myself, and that's what I'm learning, to give love to myself. But not gonna lie, still love her. A close friend said I got myself a fixer-upper, and it's true. I believe she was more codependent than me, but I'm not sure she chose me only because she needed me, to be honest. She cheated on me after 6 amazing years. Is it possible to forgive and come back stronger than ever with time? Or should I close this door forever? Third story. Ex-wife denies cheating despite evidence. My wife got into a car accident, not life-threatening. She was out of state. She had moved out and said she wanted a break and move to a different state because she missed her friends. She just felt lonely in my state. When she got into a car accident, she sent me a text. When I tried to reach out to her all night, she never responded. Then after she moved back with me, fast forward months later, I did some digging on accident claim and found there was a passenger, and I found out the name and it was a male. I confronted her with this info, and she completely denied it and kept saying it was a female, another girl she just gave a lift. She gaslighted me a lot. My proof is not as outright concrete because I never saw any texts between them or pics. But the fact she hid the fact she had a passenger and it's a male, and she denies it's a male, makes me suspicious. I got the details of this accident through a police report, which confirmed that passenger was a male. Am I overreacting by accusing her of cheating? I did search him on Facebook. Indeed, it's a male, and I also found one picture, which was 7 years old on his profile. She had made a comment on that picture. When I asked her about this, she just said probably it was a random person she used to accept any friend request on Facebook. The coincidences are just too much. I sent her a screenshot of this. I really believe she was cheating as there was a comment she had made 7 years ago on the Facebook picture of this guy. The coincidences are just too much. I do suspect this is her baby's father. I believe this is literally what happened. And yes, that person and her are from the same country. She commented on his Facebook picture. It's just so crazy how she has denied everything up until the very end. I confronted her about this while we were still together. She had broken up with me 3 times, citing she missed her friends and does not like my city. I took her back, but then I ended up making the decision to divorce her. Although, she now tries to make me feel guilty because I did not wait for her to get her green card, so this means I have never cared about her. But I held off for a long time before I initiated the divorce. I really believe she was cheating as there was a comment she had made 7 years ago on the Facebook picture of this guy. The coincidences are just too much. I do suspect this is her baby's father. I guess what triggered this is her telling me I ruined her life as my decision to divorce caused her to not have a green card, as this ended the green key application process, which was never the intention at all. Fourth story. Found out my GF, 31F, cheated on me, 31M. Need advice on going forward. I, 31M, found out, through my GF's admission, that she made out with someone at a party a few weeks ago. We have only been dating for 2 months, but I am almost completely in love with her. She is my first girlfriend after almost 3 years of being single and celibate, following a series of non-stop, consecutive turbulent serious relationships throughout my teens, some of which resulted in me being cheated on. I have BPD, and to give some important context, when I was 10 my mom cheated on my dad with my now stepdad, who was a family friend at the time. Following this, my biological parents divorced but kept the real reason why a secret, leading to me living with my mom full-time by 12 and hating my dad as my mother is extremely manipulative and codependent on me. And my dad was always in a bad mood, understandably, which pushed me away. I only found out the real story behind their divorce when I was 18, and my mom came home drunk crying one night confessing how guilty she feels over it. When she told me, it felt like my world fell apart. How could my mom, who I loved so much and unconditionally and was so perfect, do such a terrible thing? To make things worse, my stepdad is and has always been a full-blown alcoholic and extremely verbally abusive towards my mom, with me constantly having to intervene. So finding out my mom chose this terrible person to be my father figure, who disrupted and destroyed my home life, over my dad who she intentionally sabotaged my relationship with, has led to me having very complicated feelings towards women, cheating in relationships in general. Finding out my current GF cheated on me felt nothing like I had felt before. After years of working myself back up to being able to trust someone completely, which I thought I would never be able to do again, it feels like a knife is physically stabbing my heart over and over and over again. I want to stay with her and work through this because I have such strong feelings for her, but my friends say I am being really dumb. I guess I am asking for other people's opinions who have been through it because of my own life experiences. I don't know what parts of my feelings and thoughts to trust. I just feel so lost and hurt and alone. Any advice would be really appreciated. Fifth story. I, 34M, ended my relationship with my 24F girlfriend of 7 months after her behavior became suspicious while I was overseas. Am I wrong for wanting to see her phone? I ended things with my 24-year-old girlfriend of 7 months, who has a child with another partner after trust issues and suspicious behavior emerged, especially during the last week I was overseas. I'm 34, and had a strong gut feeling something was off. She refused to show me her phone, saying it was an invasion of privacy. She also removed our photos from Instagram, posted more revealing pictures, and seemed more focused on spending time with her friends than on fixing our relationship. Backstory. She has a child which I have been a part of her life for 7 months. She absolutely adores me and even calls me daddy. However, I was overseas for the past month, and things seemed fine until the last week before I returned. Suddenly, my 24-year-old girlfriend, who I've been dating for 7 months, started acting differently, going out 3 times in 4 days, staying out late. On Friday, she was out till 6 a.m. with an interstate group. On Sunday she met her guy best friend till midnight, and on Monday she went out with her girlfriends, then suggested she was going to have a sleepover with them. That's when I started questioning what was going on. During this time, she was hard to reach and wouldn't reply much, which was unusual as she usually keeps me updated on her night. She also removed our photos from Instagram and put up more revealing ones. This coincided with the arrival of some interstate friends, people she claimed were good friends but whom I'd never heard of before. She refused to introduce me to them, saying they don't like meeting new people, which felt like a red flag. When I raised my concerns, she flipped it back on me, accusing me of trying to stop her from seeing her friends. I pointed out that if I was really trying to control her, I would have done so during the first 3 nights she went out. We didn't talk for 2 days. When I returned, she picked me up from the airport, dropped me home, and then told me she was going to dinner with another group of interstate friends because she didn't want to talk to me due to our recent arguments. I thought it was strange that she wouldn't want to fix things first with her partner after a month apart. The next day, we patched things up and decided to move on. She asked if I minded her going to dinner with her interstate friends, and I said okay, even though I felt pressured because she kept insisting I was trying to stop her from seeing her friends, which wasn't true. Later that night, around midnight, I hadn't heard from her. I messaged her twice, no reply for 30 minutes. I called her, no answer. I called again, and she finally responded, saying, "I'm with my friends still." Phone was in the bag so I didn't see. This was odd since she always checks her phone. She then told me she was going to a few bars and karaoke KTV. I just said whatever, have fun. She messaged me at 3:30 a.m. saying she just got home. Today, she came over, and I asked her about the night. I asked if she had any photos from last night, and she said no, which was odd because she usually takes photos when she's out. I then asked to look at her phone, telling her, "If you have nothing to hide, then show me." I even gave her an ultimatum, "Show me or it's over," and that led to our final argument. She refused, saying it was an invasion of privacy, and that she's never let any of her past or future partners go through her phone. She also said that if I'm thinking that way, it's over anyway and she won't see me the same, accusing me of not trusting her. She kept trying to flip the situation back on me. Finally, she said she'd prefer to end on good terms if we are breaking up, as she doesn't want people to think she's cheating, which I found very strange. The thing is, I don't have any proof that was cheating or talking with someone else, just my gut feeling from her odd behaviors recently. Am I wrong here for feeling this way and wanting to see her phone?